Executive Order 22, Wike is calling for anarchy, Labour Party alleges. The Labour Party has condemned Executive Order 22 signed by Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, describing it as a recipe for anarchy in the state. Executive Order 22 prohibits political parties from using structures in residential areas as campaign offices. Addressing journalists in Port Harcourt on Wednesday, the South-South National Vice Chairman of the Labour Party, Felix Reuben, described the order as draconian. He said the Rivers people must not allow the order by the governor to stand. He said if Rivers State keeps quiet, Wike will put Executive Order 23, which will say for you to sleep with your wife, you need to take permission from the Ministry of Women Affairs. He may even put another executive order that says any sticker on vehicles without permission from the Ministry of Transport, that vehicle will be impounded. So people ask why he is doing that. It is because he has no candidate, so he's jittery. He continued, it is very unfortunate that we have a governor that wants to sink the state, and I call on the security agencies and INEC to call him to order, because what he is calling for is anarchy in this state. The Labour Party scribe, however, noted that executive orders have no place in the laws of Nigeria. Also speaking, the state chairman of the party, Daniel Pepo, said the party will explore legal means to challenge Executive Order 22. Pepo said the party has already tasked its legal team to see how to challenge the order. So they are calling on Wike now. So Wike signed Executive Order 22 prohibiting all political parties, from using residential buildings as party offices. So long it's not causing noise, it's not causing traffic, it's not causing religious issues, people can still meet in the houses. All right? So I don't understand. It depends on where you have property, depending on where you have your space to conduct your meetings or to hold your administrative activities. They said offices, not campaign grounds, not rally ground. So when people want to get information about political party, where people want to get updates, they know where to go. Where administrative activities are being, carried out or executed from, that is what it is. It's an office. It's an office. So, we don't know whether it's an estate, but where do you want them to stay? You want them to go to market, or you want them to go to along Port Harcourt Aba Road Expressway to go and rent store and use as office? So we don't understand why Wike actually puts this executive order. Does political parties' offices cause security threats or other form of social threat to the people of the state? It's not today now. If you go to everywhere, you will see a residential building with party flag, and you will hardly see noise in such places except when they are holding a general party meeting or they are preparing to go for a rally somewhere, and they come there and anchor. From there they move to somewhere for a party rally. So the Labour Party is now angry and saying that what Wike is doing is actually not right. This is not a good thing to do. Because, and he is saying here that Wike is doing it because he does not have a governorship candidate in the state that will contest the election. They do not have, PDP is already in crisis all over. All right? I'm sure he feels he has nothing to lose if he's going to cause confusion everywhere. Because the Executive Order 22 that he just signed is not affecting only Labour Party. It's affecting all political parties. But right now, we've not heard anything from other political parties like APC, like NNPP, like AAC, or other parties in the state. I don't know how many parties that are functional in that state, but I know there's APC, there's PDP, and there is Labour Party now, very serious there. But among all, is only Labour Party that has come out to shout, and they are preparing their legal team to challenge that executive order in the court, because allowing it to stand, what he's saying here is that if they allow it to stand, it means that the time will come before you sleep with your wife, you'll be asked to take permission from the Ministry of Women Affairs. Or before you drive your car, the sticker on the car must be approved by the state transport ministry, headed by a commissioner. Until that, nothing will happen. It will get to that, So they need to check what he's doing. Wike is actually acting with impunity. We understand that the chief security officer and the executive head of the state, but again, it's a democratic system. You can't just take unilateral decisions without consulting your state. That means the state is no more democratic. We understand executive orders are signed during military regimes. Yeah, and again, in some democratic settings, executive order can come in, but it cannot just come in until it is well carefully analyzed and considered, x-rayed, and confirmed that is at the best interest of everybody in the state. Everybody's interest is well represented. That is when it can be approved and signed on before it goes out. But when you just sit down and draft a letter and sign an executive order, and then publish it within the state, that becomes something different. And that is what the Labour Party is saying here, that this man is calling for anarchy in the state. There's already anarchy in the state, actually, because what is happening in the state, APC cannot move freely, other parties cannot move freely. The only thing here is Wike is just bulldozing everywhere. He's just bulldozing everywhere. But how long and how far can he go? All right? How long is he going to continue to do this? All right? So, would I say here that other political parties in the state are suffering from transferred aggression from Wike? Because Wike is already aggrieved and very bitter with PDP, and probably hell-bent on making sure that both PDP and other parties don't do well under his watch in that state. Like what Labour Party is alleging here, that he's doing it because he doesn't have candidate for governorship there in the state. Or that he doesn't have candidate, but he wasn't specific. So we really need to x-ray what Wike is doing, because Wike is going to end up causing anarchy. Now, if other political parties and other individuals rise up now to protest the state, what is he going to do? Is he going to order the commissioner of police to shoot everybody aside? Is that what he's going to do? Or if they decide to shut down the state for him to cancel that executive order, is he going to say people should force people out of the street not to protest? So the governor, what he's doing is probably going to sink the state. And generally, what he's doing with PDP, we don't know where it's going to lead him to, because today, by the time he's done as governor, we don't know how he's going to survive the political party, except he's going to defect. He's already romancing the Labour Party at presidential level, also romancing APC at presidential level. Only God knows which of the parties he's going to switch to, or he's going to create his own political party and register it in his name. We don't know. So this is what is happening in the Rivers State. Wike signed Executive Order 22, prohibiting all political parties from using residential buildings as party offices. And the thing is now being met with criticisms and with disagreements, and other parties are now beginning to cry out. Right now, Labour Party is putting its legal team together to challenge this executive order in the court to make sure they dismantle it, because it's not favorable for everybody. It's going to cause anarchy in the state. And they concluded by saying what Wike is doing is likely going to sink the state. All right? So that is what Labour Party is alleging in Rivers State, and that has to be looked into and properly resolved before it is too late. Thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.